awesome. So a beautiful start to the day.
And the voice that you're hearing with us is our friend Felipe Rose. I was backstage at the New Jersey Hall of Fame about a month ago, and I got to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you. You're the most beautiful, sweet person I've ever met. I love you.
Oh,
Thank you for the feather. If you are not familiar with the name, of course you will know the Village People.
There you
And
go.
founder of the Village People,
My tribal call is very infamous here at home. I live here in Asbury Park.
I know, it's so great that you're here.
Yeah,
And you've been here for many years. But
10 years.
I mean, what people might not know, first of all, Felipe Rose is your real name.
Yeah.
Really American Indian.
My dad, yeah, he's in Colorado Springs.
And then your mom is?
Puerto Rican and Italian.
Yeah, so you've got
a
it
mixture,
all.
nice looking mixture.
And,
I like me.
And you got started in Brooklyn, that's where I'm from.
Right.
And
Brownsville and Coney Island.
And you were discovered early on. You were a professional dancer. That's
16 and then 17 went into singing and then more dancing with several companies, and then decided to parlay my fame, my new fame, my desire to really go into show business, to started dancing in clubs. The disco era was breaking. It was becoming this big phenomenon in clubs, and the best way to separate myself from all of the other entertainers and dancers and singers was to just walk around and perform in my tribal gear.
Yeah.
And I was discovered in a club performing, and this guy from France walked up to me and said, "Qu'est-ce que c'est? My name is Jacques Malawi, and I want to make you famous." And I looked at him, I thought he was crazy. And he said he wanted to put a, well, it first started with as a project in a recording studio, because I used to dance on bars and stages and Roseland, and would open for like Vicky Sue Robinson and things like that. And I had sleigh bells on my ankles, so you can hear me while I would dance. And he wanted that sound on the music he was recording. So he had just recorded the first album of Village People by Village People. There was no group. There was just the lead vocal, the lead singer, Victor Willis, that he found on Broadway, The Wiz. And so between Victor and I, when I walked into the recording studio to lend some vocals and then the percussion sound, Jacques realized, looking at me, wait, I think we've got something here. I want to put a group together.
Yeah.
Then a month later, they approached me, called me, and said they wanted to put this thing called Village People together. They showed me a rendering. They drew me in, but everybody else was the characters were faceless in the rendering. And I thought it was just a crazy, dumb idea. And 40 years later,
Macho Man, YMCA, all
in the
this
Navy,
stuff.
go
Music
West. Yeah, seriously. And I just left the band last September.
Wow, after all those years.
Yeah, it was time, you know. I had a blast and just finished in May, March, April, and May. 12 countries in 3 months, and sold out everywhere, and it just got to be so exhausting.
Yeah.
And then I would come home and it was just the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
Touring and doing the same thing, and I wanted different results.
Yeah.
So, you know, let me just parlay the fame, which has been very good to me. I know people all over the world. And tomorrow night, online, CD Baby Now and iTunes, I have my first solo single.
That's great.
Not my first time recording solo.
Of course.
I've won 4 Native American Music Awards for previous recordings, but that this is the first dance single that will be online
great
tomorrow.
dance single.
Thank you. I've sent it to you guys.
Yeah, I don't know, Dan, if you have it, maybe you could play a little clip if you have it. But it's fun. I love the way it starts.
Thank you. We want to say from a 19-year-old, is that it?
Yeah. And you know, this is also going to be a big Zumba hit. I'm sorry if you don't like that idea, but it's going to be great to dance to.
I could do that.
We'll take it right. Take that.
That sounds awesome, though. I love
Thank
the
you.
sound of it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're still recording.
This is actually going to be available. Did you say starting tomorrow?
Midnight tomorrow.
Midnight. Okay.
Online, www.feliperose.com, and it'll be on CD Baby Now, on iTunes. Last night I had to load up and send up all the music and artwork and all that to the guy that's going to put this up live for us.
You got to hear it here first. I'm so excited
Yeah,
that you
and
sent it to us. So
and
we
the
can
thing
get
is that this was a classic, Liz. This was a classic back in the day from the Lamont Dozier. And so the best way to describe my departure and where I'm moving and where I'm going was this song was recommended to me. Didn't sound anything like this. I gave it sort of like a neo-disco dance native flavor to it.
Awesome.
And brought in some native artists. In the beginning, there was a Lakota prayer by the young Lakota artist. He's about 19 years old. He's in Liverpool. He's in Liverpool now. Wannabill Sia, and he did I asked him to do a prayer for us, for me on the single, and he speaks in Lakota, and basically he says, "Help me transition to that which is true to set my soul free."
And it sounds beautiful at
Thank
the
you.
beginning of the song.
And Jan Michael Looking Wolf is on the single, and flute and chants, and then the controversial native hip hop artist Stanjati with the rap. And so the song basically is my journey now. Zipping up my boots, I'm going back to my roots to where it all started.
And you look fantastic, and we're so happy that you stopped by here.
It's so awesome talking to you. Real quick, we got to run, but real quick, you've been in Asbury Park 10 years. How great is seeing Asbury Park on top of the world?
I love this city. It's quirky. It's a lot of things, and then we have the high rise here. I was at the Governor's Ball and sang there last Friday.
And you're at
last
Asbury
Friday
Lanes too, right?
and at the Asbury Lanes, and that was sensational because it just brought in so many people. So the Asbury Lanes, Bruce is gonna do an official opening, Bruce Springsteen, and then the Governor's, the New Jersey Hall of Fame. That was amazing.
That was great.
That was everyone.
so nice
was,
to see you
everyone
everywhere.
was there. Yeah, so it was.
You and Whoopi were hanging out.
Yeah, we were hanging out, and she looked at me and like, "What are you doing here?" And are you being inducted? I said, "No, I'm inducting. I was inducting Gloria Gaynor."
Yeah, it was
my friend
awesome.
Gloria with Tammy Murphy, the first lady of New Jersey, and Phil. It was great. It was great.
It was so great seeing you. You know we're here every week. We know you're around.
I'll
Please
stop in.
come and
I'll zip by on my bicycle.
Yeah.
We
I
would
want to
love
say
that.
hello to everybody in Asbury Park and all of the restaurants here on the boardwalk, Maryland, Langosta Lounge, inside the convention center. Adam Nelson, all of you guys, Rosalinda Rojas, and listen, Bill Whitefield with his recording studio on Asbury, the Lake House. There's so much going on.
Fantastic. And you're connected with all of it. Thank you, Felipe.
Thank you.
Hopefully
Love
we'll
you
see
guys.
every time.
Love you drivers listening. Don't pick your noses.
It's Lou and Liz Live, 94.3 The Point. Let's see what's going on. I'm on with the County's